Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Alice Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow.
Here locally in the community, make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy Campbell.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, Von Doom?
I'm doing good. A little early tonight, are we?
Yeah, I accidentally hit that go live button. I was trying to get to let you in, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit!" Better.
I know. I was watching.
Oh, but that being said, how's everything at the home front?
It's okay. Outside, having some fucking nasty chest pains all night.
Oh, that shit sucks.
I'm not. I'm hoping it's just some like nasty gas or some shit like that, or some reflux. But it's like dead center of the chest to the left side, just the tiniest bit.
Could be anxiety too.
That could be.
But man, what do you think about the human FTP made at Green Bay?
The picture is great.
It is, isn't it?
It is. The Brian Branch one is great.
Oh wait, let me see if I got that. I didn't send it to my thing yet. Let me see if I got it. Nope, I didn't. Oh, I wonder if Gmail blocked it because of the fingers.
Well, it was great. That whole play was stupid as shit, but if you're getting in trouble, kicked out, might as well go out in style.
Yep. And he got in trouble before he did that.
Oh, I know.
Everybody forgets that, he got in trouble for the hit. And while some people don't agree with it, at the same time, to the letter of the rule, it was targeting. And that is the rule.
He could have pulled off that a little bit, but no, he just said F it and just
lowered his shoulder, put his helmet right into that face mask, and said, "Take that."
Yep.
But at the same time, I have the perfect picture for how David Montgomery ended the game. When he got that 8-yard first down. There it is.
Would have been a little better if it was an 8-yard touchdown. Just saying.
He fired both barrels on the way out. Might as well. Amen. That's what got the 15 yards, because they actually took away the 15-yard for unnecessary roughness and was just going to eject him.
See, I don't understand that. How do you take away the unnecessary rough? Just add it if you're going to eject.
No, because they did the targeting, which is an automatic ejection. That was called in from New York.
Isn't that a 15-yard penalty too, though, for the unnecessary on that?
I think that's up to the decision of the ref. But they tacked on the 15 yards because he kept jawing at the refs and flipped off the fans. It is what it is. And I still say that that penalty was warranted. There was penalties that weren't called yesterday that should have been when the two defenders Malachi crunched Chris Olave by the helmet. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them should have been ejected. I gotta say this, it never gets old watching Kirby intercept passes at Lambeau. 100%. Wasn't it Tucker Crafty hitting the head? Brian Branch?
Um,
I think it was.
Was it Kraft or was it Wicks?
I'm not sure. But that being said, there was a lot of other games that were played. I didn't do as well with my pick'ems as I did last week. But James Burgess, there is a community post on the YouTube channel. Go in. I did a picture of the week 10 pick'ems. Make your picks on the community post. Because at the end of the month, the person that played at least 3 weeks and is subbed to the channel that time, whoever is leading with the most wins by the end of the month gets a free custom jersey from the team of their choice. So if you're a Lions fan, you get a Lions one. If you're a Vikings fan, you get a Vikings one. Whatever you want to order. I had a donation for it already. So
Or if you're an obnoxious Lions fan and you're a jackass like JBJ that comes in the chat, you're getting a Caleb Williams jersey.
yeah, you're getting an LGBTQB1 jersey. It's not even going to say Caleb Williams.
I know. That's exactly what I just want to make that out of jersey. Like, I really do.
I do too. Just because it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Will do.
Ooh, Smirnoff, enter your chance to win the ultimate game day experience at a Detroit Lions home game. That's the new Honolulu Blue Flu Kool-Aid they make. Made with Smirnoff vodka at the club. I'm out of toilet paper. I'll take a Caleb jersey. That's funny. My great niece is 4 months old today, so happy 4-month-old Lily.
God, you old.
I know I'm. I don't deny it, do I? Have I ever denied that I'm old? And we're
Nope.
180. You're 94.
I gotta at least be pushing 300 by now. Fuck.
You're working on it. One more shoulder tear, I'll put you at 300.
One more shoulder tear. We're doing a surgery. If
I know.
anything's not freaking, if there's any pain at all after the holidays, we're gonna go in and do that surgery. Fix the AC joint, the labrum, and reattach the biceps.
So, according to latest, we're the favorites. We are the favorites to get Azeez Ojulari right now. Gotta ask VD, you're the 24 draft. Class looks great. Who are you getting to replace Jones? It has to be done.
Well, first, I'm gonna be a little devil's advocate here. Jones really isn't having a bad year. If you go look at his stats, he's not playing bad. We're just not scoring in the red zone. And yes, he had that fumble yesterday. You look at it, it was our third string tackle who didn't even touch the freaking defense man came around him and hit him when he was throwing that ball. And then we had the touchdown that was called back because Darius Slayton, they said he ran a pick for Theo Johnson. If not, we won that game. But even so, Jones had 2 passing and a rushing touchdown. But just for the sake of answering your question, Cam Ward.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward is the best quarterback in this draft class myself.
Have you watched the games when he plays? The dude has the same facial expression Eli Manning does. Nothing rattles him. No emotion. No nothing. I love it.
And, this year, You can say that Jared Goff has the same expression every game.
Hey, because he's happy every game. He's not. There's not just a stone face. He's all smiles all the time.
Yeah,
Like
I
he's got
know. You
chicken
know what
stuck
he
up his
looks
butt.
like? He looks like the cat that ate the canary.
Guy's always got this little giggle face on, like he got a chicken stuck up his butt, just tickling him.
You're evil. I know you hate him. And James Burgess says, I can see that. Ward is a Class A baller. And, thank God the Panthers won a second game. Now you guys got to do is lose out, right?
There's 7 of us tied with the worst record in football right now.
Yeah.
Two and
So it'll
11.
come down to coin flips and divisional records, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we lose to the Panthers on Sunday in Germany.
I have a theory on why they put the Panthers versus Giants in Germany.
Excuse me. Why?
That's punishment for the Holocaust. Come on, I'm not wrong.
No. I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm just gonna let that one go.
It's funny as hell, though. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, but that's one of those rabbit hole comments that we don't need to get on with with me on a live and a rabbit hole. That
I
shit.
No. I'm just being a dick. I said it to be funny. That's 100% what that was. That was for laugh factor, sir, and it got a laugh out of you, so I win. So, let's go over these early slate of games because Thursday night, we had that debacle.
Which one was Thursday?
I'm trying to look up those picks right now so I can get the pick'em sheet. Good Lord. Like, move it out of my stuff. Ah, is that it? Nope, that's week 8. Where did week 9 sheet go? I didn't delete it. Or maybe I did accidentally. Let's see. There's week 7. There's. Nope. I didn't send it to delete. Where the hell did it go? There we go. Thursday night was Houston versus New York Jets. Atlanta at Dallas. Everybody took Atlanta. Buffalo at Miami, or Miami at Buffalo. Everybody took Buffalo, but it was a lot closer than anybody wanted it to be. Cincinnati trounced the Raiders. LA Chargers trounced Cleveland. New
I
England.
thought that was going to be a tight game. Actually, I thought the Browns had a good chance to win that one after the week earlier.
No. New England at Tennessee became a much better game than anyone thought it would be, but Tennessee pulled it out. Denver at Baltimore, it wasn't close. Baltimore wins. I lose that one. Washington gets by the Giants, and that's exactly what that was. They got by the Giants. They didn't just whoop the shit out of them. Carolina beating New Orleans. That was the head scratcher.
That's what gets the coach fired.
Philadelphia beating Jacksonville. Doug Peterson is probably the next coach fired, seeing how Dennis Allen got fired Monday.
That was a close game, though.
It was a close game. They did well. They just didn't stop them. And what about the human Fortnite move by Saquon Barkley in that game?
The most pointless hurdle ever. Like, why the hell do you need to turn around to hurdle?
I know, but the fact he did it, it looked like something out of a Fortnite, Call of Duty. Oh, I ran out of bullets, jump over him and stab him in the back type of move. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but I watched that, and when I see the replay of that, I see him go to turn. I'm like, all I'm thinking to myself is somebody's going to flip this dude hard as hell in the air.
And then you doubted me when I said Arizona was going to whoop the crap out of Chicago.
When did I doubt that?
You on Wednesday.
Was I on? I wasn't on Wednesday.
Oh, you weren't? Okay. Well, one of them in there doubted me on it. I was like, no, I think Arizona's whooping the crap out of them.
I think Arizona's playing great ball right now.
Oh, they are. And now they're leading their division. LA Rams beat Seattle. Indy shit the bed versus Minnesota. They look good for a half. That's it.
Nobody thought Indy was winning that game.
Say what?
Nobody thought Indy was winning that game.
I did. Because of how bad Minnesota had been playing.
Yeah,
I know
it's
you
still
had
too good
zone.
of a team.
I know you had zone divergence. I just said the how bad Minnie's been playing. I wouldn't be surprised if Indy beat them. And for a half, it looked like I was going to be right.
Mhm. You know what, dude? I've been saying this though for years. If they could just get Kyler to focus on football instead of video games, he's goddamn good.
Right. It's hiding his PS5 and his Xbox come October 25th.
Yep.
Somebody needs to take that shit right out of his apartment and say you can't have it back till we make the Super Bowl. And if you get bounced out of the playoffs, here you go, your consolation prize. Do you agree?
They might be unbeatable at that point.
They could say, "Hey, you win it, we'll get you the next gen version before it's out." He'll
Well,
ball out.
the Xbox has been out 4 years coming this season, so yeah, a couple months, Gen 5.
So we do have a game going on right now. Who you got?
I honestly don't give a shit about it.
Near do I, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs win.
They probably do, but just for argument's sake, I'm going to ride with Baker till the end.
Baker's having a great year. Don't get me wrong. And if they had a better record, he would be in the MVP consideration. You know that, right?
Yep. Baker's swag is what I like. He's just like, oh, fuck, he's an asshole. They won't let him smoke on the sidelines, so he throws zins in his mouth during games. Come on, that's great. And it was the coffee ones at that.
Right now, the Buccaneers are leading 7-3.
Let's go.
Kansas City started out with the lead, but Tampa Bay just scored a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just want to throw another thing out there, a little shade. Daniel Jones has better stats than Patrick Mahomes this year.
I know. I called it out. I said Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love. Jordan Love has a ton of touchdowns, but he also has a ton of interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
His ratio right now is 3-2 because you can't say it's 2-1 because he has 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions now.
Walker needs to start throwing more to Jaden Reed for touchdowns.
Well, yeah, I know. I had that in my parlay too. Monty got his.
So did I.
They said Gibbs.
Speaking of,
Gibbs got his. Amon-Ra got his. What did Reed do? Screwed the pooch. Cost me money. I mean, it was only $1 bet, but still.
Trey Young's bum ass is going to cost a lot.
He sure is. And the last I looked, Pistons were leading by 14 at halftime. They're leading by 13 right now in the third quarter over the Los Angeles Lakers, 81-68.
And the Lakers have not looked good this year, really.
They've been winning, but it's been because of their defense, not because of their offense.
Oh, yeah, they haven't been scoring shit.
Their offense has been LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and everybody else has been kind of shapoopoo, especially Bronny James.
Yep. I just need Trey Young to score 3 points for this parlay I got on here. We put a 6-leg freaking 3-point parlay and dropped $100 on it. Granted, it wasn't my $100, but still.
D'Angelo Russell showed up tonight. He's got 11 points. Austin Reeves has 7. Hachimura has 5. And that guy that I said, that Dalton Connect, he's got 5. Hayes has 4. And that's it for the scoring. But the Pistons have got a bunch of guys at 8 or above. Smoke and Dad has entered the chat. Just because I know how much you love it, Bundu.
What's going on in the chat tonight? Anyone interesting? No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We've only got 5 people here, but we did start early. Normally they show up about 10 after. All 5 are from the channel, though. Let's go.
Right?
I decided this was an all Lions end tonight. I didn't go into the huddle. I didn't do any of that other stuff. And we're not on Roku tonight anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
So I figured I'd make it more about our fan base that have been with us the entire 3 years.
Gotcha.
And those of you over there, when you get to the Facebook side, please. Right now it looks like we're the favorites to get Azeez Ojulari and possibly Zadarius Smith, and I wouldn't hate either move if we're getting both of them.
Take Darius Slayton too. Just give us a second. Take them both for a second.
And then we'll throw you James Houston to
I
take
really don't
Darius
want him
Slayton.
because I don't want any chance of winning any more games this season.
Hey, if you're trying to give us Darius Slayton, we're giving you James Houston.
Slayton's having a really good season. Like,
I
even
know.
when Neighbor's on a team, he leads the team in catches and yards right now.
I know. I'm just being a jerk because I want Houston going.
Just
Still
cut
do.
him.
I've been saying that for how long now, Von Doom? How long have I been saying that about James Houston?
Fucking months.
Yeah.
Hey, we should just to be an asshole. I got to say this so I can be an asshole. Anybody that wants to vote for Trump and send us a picture of it, I'll give him a second entry into whatever we run.
Needs to stop.
Hey man, they got Taylor Swift up there endorsing the hoe. I can endorse Trump.
Needs to be a minute or two longer. That way Von Doom can nerd to like it. The song.
Dude, it's not that I hate this song. It just reminds me of like a 70s porn flick.
It's 70s disco. I can tell by listening to it. If we get 2 pass rushers, that would be amazing. I agree. And you can't say that both guys combined wouldn't automatically improve the defensive end room.
Right now, outside of Hutch, who on your team leads the team is high on sacks?
It's Ali McNeil and Trevor Nowaski in second at 2.
How many does McNeil got?
McNeil's got like 3.5 now, maybe 4.
And Aziz has like 6 in 3 games.
I know.
He would definitely be an upgrade.
Right. And Zadarius Smith has 5 on the season this year.
Yeah, but that's because he hasn't hit his down games where he's not playing anymore yet.
Right. I know. And
He does every freaking year. He'll have like 3 or 4, like, holy shit, this guy's legit games, and then the rest of the season, he just stays home.
but the reason why I say getting both of them would be better, no one can key on just one.
Mm-hmm.
Which might keep his production up a little better than usual. Because if you only get one, they're going to key on that guy. It should free up everybody else. But at the same time, I don't think a 47% blitz rate is going to be conceivable like we're at right now over these last 3 games without Hutchinson when it comes to playoff time.
It's fucking not. If your corner, time out. Let me rephrase this. If your corners were not as handsy in man coverage, yes, you could probably run that and get away with it because Baltimore did that for years. But you guys aren't to that point yet, outside of Robertson.
Right.
Who, I want to say, is the best corner on that team. As I said, he was going to be. That guy is a dog. He's just a midget. Think of it like this. That guy had 3 more inches of height. He's a top 3/4 of the league right now. What would it take to get the giant edge rusher?
Considering we're leading in it, I'm thinking it's probably a 3rd round pick in 2026.
Maybe.
I thinking that's the deal on that one. Because
It's
they
either
already said
that.
it's either that or we're doing a 4th and a 7th type of thing.
That's probably what I was thinking more along the lines there because we let him walk.
But
We're pulling probably about a 3rd for him as a.
the asking price for Zadarius Smith is a 4th. That's why I said we're probably doing next year's 3rd to eliminate doing more picks out of this draft. Does that make more sense?
It does. They should just say screw Smith and give us a 2nd for Aziz because he's young as hell.
Oh yeah, he's 24 and another year of rookie control.
Yep. Yes, Trae Young is trash today. I know. Getting text messages. Young garbage can today.
Ji just put his fix in the comments, so he'll be joining us shortly.
JI in the comments.
He will be shortly. And by far, I'd say Ji, Ricky Sakat, and the unnamed guys that I refuse to name right now are my best contributors to this show. As far as monetarily.
Gotcha.
James Burgess is up there too with what he got coming. And it's coming soon, James, unless you're coming this weekend for those tires. Because if you're coming this weekend, I'll save the shipping and just hand it to you. Will I be doing a trade deadline live stream? I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow at noon, but I am nothing set yet on the trades. Nope. There won't be because there's a game going on tonight. And, if you look it up, trades are usually not done on game day.
Nope.
The latest you can do one and have them be on your roster is it's got to be first thing Saturday morning because they have to be on your active roster by 4 p.m.
Isn't it trade deadline 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow?
Yes, it is. So more than likely, we're going to wake up to hearing some news probably around somewhere between, I'm going to say my show and 3 o'clock is where you'll hear the moves are made. Do you disagree with that, Von Doom?
Nope.
And that's why I love the noon show because a lot of trades are happening on trade deadline day at noon. How many times have we been live on trade deadline day together, Von Doom, and we were able to announce 2 or 3 moves?
It's got to be at least twice.
Yeah, a year. So do you want to be a part of the noon podcast? That way you can keep track of the news while I'm handling the chat?
Yeah, as long as I'm back from my voting in time, yes.
Okay. I just saw something from the St. Brown podcast on YouTube. They posted a picture and it showed pencils being stood up on their sharpened leads. And then it showed how perfectly straight up and down St. Brown was.
No.
I've heard all that stuff, but I've seen nothing legit. In the photo that I seen where he's wearing that Honolulu blue outfit that matches the new blues and the unis, it looks pretty Photoshopped. So until I see something or hear something out of Allen Park, I just can't believe it. You know what I'm saying, Von Doom?
I do. And also, kind of elaborate on this, the NFL trade deadline is never like the MLB trade deadline. You don't get a ton of moves and stuff like that unless some real shit went down. Usually a lot of coaches are already fired at that point. Trades are being made.
Right, but I think Stefanski's on the way out with what they did to him offensively last week. The week before when Deshaun Watson didn't play and Jameis Winston did, and they won.
Yep.
Because Tuesday that week, until Brad says there's a deal, there's no deal. That's it, 100%. That's what I follow. And I haven't seen anything out of Allen Park saying anybody was here yet. And, lately I get stuff straight from the PR department. So it's pretty cool. I love the fact that I can do that because when something cool comes out, I break it on the show because it normally breaks somewhere between 11:30 and 12:30.
But also about this with Stefanski, he never wanted Watson to be his damn quarterback. He just got told he is your quarterback.
Right. But the fact that when Jameis Winston went out, there's J.I. right there. Number one Patreon of the show. He made a bet with Robert Bertana for $50 on the Green Bay Lions game, Von Doom, and it was donated to the show.
Well, hell, that's mighty nice of him.
Exactly.
You can tell Jay I got another one of those cracked ice helmets ready. I'm contemplating making another mini JV though, but not a JV.
Right.
Good. I was looking at it the other day. I was like,
and Casey just scored a touchdown.
God damn it.
Well, they are predicted to win by 6, but guess what? I don't think they do. I think it's going to be closer than that.
Nice of Rob. Evil laughs. Love it. Love the evil laughs.
It was nice of Rob.
Oh, oh, you ever go grocery shopping and everything you get seems to just be like something you have to cook and it's for a goddamn meal, and you just have nothing that you could just grab and have a quick snack?
See, now, remember in October 6th, they lowered the fine amount on Brian Branch because it ended up not being a helmet to helmet he got ejected for in that game?
Yeah.
And then the horse collar tackle at Atlanta. And then he got another helmet to helmet at 8,000 fighting against Arizona this year. And
And then
impermissible use of the helmet was 10,000. So he's probably getting another $10,000 fine is what I'm thinking.
by the time the season's over, that man's just gonna be playing for charity.
Yeah, I know you're bragging. And at the same time, I'm going to admit I was wrong on one part. I did not expect it to be a double digit win by either team. Where does all the fine money go? I believe it gets split between the NFL operations costs and the veterans fund.
No, all fine money, I believe, goes to the charities that they have there for him.
Sophia Beebe, how are you, bro? Don't know.
Sophia BBH. Huh,
I'm trying to see who that is. 'Cause I have never heard of
and yeah, Jay, that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to find something just to snack on real quick, and it's like, no, everything's got to be cooked or it's a meal thing. I should have bought ice cream. I should be right back. Hold on.
it. So hopefully leader dogs get some of the fine money. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Well, I talk about the Lions, so I'm evidently in the Michigan area of the world. And Von Doom has that up east accent, and I'll leave it at that. Had Dairy Queen for dinner. Wife's 9 months pregnant, so she doesn't want to cook. Hey, that's a good solution when your wife doesn't want to cook. VD, Windschuler's bar cheese and crackers or corn chips. Just an idea.
That's a good idea.
But at the same time, did you watch the Lions game, Leonard?
Yeah, I watched a good portion of it.
Defensively, I had Kirby Joseph and Aleem McNeil because he was taking on double teams and still able to collapse the pocket and get pressure at times. I had those as my two defensive stars of the game.
Oh, I could say defensive stars, yeah, but at the same time, I got to take McNeil kind of out of that though, because goddamn, your interior run defense was trash.
I agree.
Which really surprised me. I didn't think Jacobs was going 70 yards in the first quarter.
And James Burgess, that's a great suggestion from J.I.
What did he say?
He said, Windschuler's bar cheese and crackers or corn chips. Just an idea. All of that is good. I love the Windschuler's bar cheese and crackers. But if I've got the Frito scoops, that's the win. Yeah, I understand about women calling people bro, but it is
Oh,
what it is. This day and
I,
age, they do.
I want to put something else out there too. Saquon Barkley can kiss my white ass.
What did he say now?
Not that he said anything. Last week I had him on every single one of my parlays for a touchdown. If he would have just scored any of them last week when he was at the 1 yard line, I would have been up probably like $9,000. Not a single one. Yesterday, 2 of them. It's like some bitch knows.
Right?
I
Yeah.
don't bet on these scores.
Frito Scoops, dipping chips extraordinaire. That was an amazing parlay.
Nah, man, it was terrible. We hit every other goddamn leg last week, and then Barkley ruins them all. Oh, except the one where Eastern Michigan ruined one for me, and that one was a biggie.
And make the crackers club crackers, and I'm there. And this is what Smoking Dad said. James Burgess, that's exactly what I'm doing right now with the Schulers. Club crackers over Ritz every day of the week. I don't know how he did that backwards hurdle. I think the Matrix glitched and somebody grabbed a controller during Fortnite and just did some random move and it worked. Oh yeah, the chicken flavored crackers are good too. Was it chicken and a biscuit is what that's called? Right?
That's kind of weird.
What, the chicken and a biscuit name?
Yeah, I kind of really don't like when freaking companies take one product and try to make it taste like other products. Like when Coke did that Oreo Coke, that was like terrible. Like, just leave things the way they are. Like, things just need to be.
J.I. says, haha, Matrix glitches. And Joseph Austin says, Yo, Von Doom, Lions are the best team in the NFL.
They're pretty
Right
good.
right now this year, you can't really plus 110 in the point differential. Isn't that more points than the Giants have scored all year?
And
I'm just asking.
you don't want to start throwing shade, man, because I got them for years with
Just,
that.
I know. I'm just asking a question, sir.
I've been
Let's
dealing with
not
it all
shade.
day. I've been dealing with it all day in a freaking chat. Everybody keeps posting these damn things, just going all brag all day about the Lions. Like, cool, you're good. Act like you've fucking been there once before, please.
But we
That's
haven't.
really,
But we
I
haven't.
know.
So we're having fun with it, sir. Deal with it for just a little while longer.
I get that, but like, god damn, the Cowboys of the North is when I started calling these folks in this chat.
Well, when the pundits start saying it, it's it does back us up a little
Yeah, it's not even that, man. It's just like it got to the point of like obnoxious is what it was. Like, we got it. You're a good fucking team.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear the words. How's that?
Sure. I've never once said they weren't a good team. I've said I hated your quarterback. I said you ain't never won shit. I never said the team isn't good this year.
If there's a team, if there is a year this team looks like it's going to win it, so far I'm going to say it's this year.
Yeah, that's why I say they should freaking pull out the freaking draft capital. Bargain Brad should go out and get some damn players and make his push. Because you know what? Even if you mortgage the future right now, this is your best chance considering how weak the AFC is.
Yeah, because their best team doesn't look as good as us right now, does it?
Not even close.
I mean, Mahomes has thrown how many touchdown passes this year? After if he threw one in this one,
10?
damn, we're live at the wrong time. Guess who's live on Instagram right now?
No idea.
Kirby Joseph.
Dude, it's not even hate, man. It's literally. I'm sorry if I offended any of you, but a lot of Lions fans right now, because I'm in how many fucking Lions groups? I don't know now, but more than I ever thought I would be in. And just the level of obnoxious it got. Like, I always liked Lions fans. Y'all are kind of humble. You're cool. And you'll turn into like the Packers and Cowboys of the North all in one. Like, just how out there, just bragging, assholeish. And usually I love that. But it's already
It,
like
it,
3/4 of the way
I
through
think
the
it.
season.
I think it's because we were considered trash for so long that we got tired of it, and now that we're there, we just want to be like everybody else. Does that make more
Exactly,
sense?
and that was the thing, though. How many years did y'all like fucking bitch about everybody else being an asshole like that? And
Yeah, I
you're like,
know.
hold my beer. I got you. Right?
Yep. It's not just the old line, but that is a big part of why Goff is what he is. It's the run game too, because whenever he doesn't have a run game, he suffers. We saw that a couple of times last year when the run game couldn't get going against a couple of teams.
Mm-hmm.
We struggled, and he struggled. But at the same
Exactly.
time, when this offense is humming the way it is right now, it hasn't mattered who's in the game. Oh, they handled it with some dignity, no less. And I just can't wait till Wednesday because of the bet with Packer Backer News. Because that Brian Branch one that I had with him getting an interception, he's got to use that as his backdrop.
No, you should have him make him use the freaking double birds.
No, I'm not that mean.
I am. I almost put it on a hoodie today.
I want it on a hoodie. If you do
I,
that, no, I'm not saying the Lions don't have good wide receivers. And can we admit that one number one is better than five number twos now?
no,
No,
no. I'll never admit one number one is better than five number twos. They just got to be used properly. Like if they would have put Malik Willis in there, that's a different game.
they did. He did nothing.
When did they put him in?
They put him in right after the half because they were worried that Jordan Love strained that groin again.
Yep, and then Love came back in.
He goes, ha. What time is that one? That is the NFL Roundtable Talks that Ken Catalone is a part of. So the entire show, he has to leave that up as his backdrop. And just like we did with the Vikings one, he has to back out and show the whole picture as his backdrop and then come back into frame. I couldn't get him to bet the Beard versus J.I.'s 50.
Well, you know what though? I'll give you this. Goff does run the offense very well when everything's working perfectly. You guys are the Timu greatest show on earth. I mean, greatest show on turf.
Hey, I
Because
agree.
because I'm sorry, it's none of your running backs are Marshall Falk yet.
No.
Yep.
Combined, I'd say they're close to what Marshall Falk was, but
Mm-hmm.
neither one alone. Do you agree?
Exactly.
Because Monty does things better than Gibbs does in some aspects, and Gibbs does everything else better that Monty doesn't.
Well, that's because Gibbs is fast and Monty isn't. Jeremy.
Jeremy, please try to have 50 and wave it around in that show.
What an asshole. I like it.
I love it too. But I was there and he was like, God damn it. He goes, the Lions look like they played outside in the elements all the time, and the Packers look like they came out of a dome. That's what Rob said this morning.
Yeah, like no bullshit. Jordan Love should have put on a pair of gloves.
Goff did. Did you
I
see the
know.
difference?
Yep.
What didn't he do when he was hit the two times he was hit?
Fumble it.
Exactly. What happened every time the ball was squirted just a little bit funky with Love?
Yep, it was gone.
Right. And can we say that Jordan Love did his best impression of Will Levis when he threw that pick to Kirby Joseph while being sacked, and he'd have been better off taking the safety?
He'd have been better off tossing that bitch out of bounds.
And taking just throwing it to the sideline
Yeah.
and
Dirt that
taking the
ball.
loss of down and being able
Exactly.
to punt it away.
Too many freaking quarterbacks trying to freaking make that hero throw. Like, I'm sorry. Everybody does not have the arm strength of
Well,
Pat Mahomes when he's going on the ground.
Smoking Dad, I'm going to say this right now. We all said that if Dallas lost in San Francisco with as many injuries as they had, the Honolulu Blue Flu carries through the bye week. Guess what happened?
Titans won.
49ers won versus Dallas. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know why the Titans won? Because they finally
We're
faced
tired
a
of hearing
team.
about the streak.
No, because the Titans won because they're a bad enough team. The Honolulu Blue Flu didn't stick. Come on, that's funny.
But that's the thing. They're not even really a bad team. Look at that team, man. They're playing better than they are.
It's their offense. Their offense is awful. You know what their offense is? It's the Cowboys' offense.
Uh-huh. Speaking of that, what team was the only team that Derrick Henry wanted to play for this year?
Dallas.
Oh, no, we can't afford him. We don't want him. That man leads the NFL in every rushing category: yards, touchdowns, carries.
He got his 100th touchdown for his career last night.
101st.
101st.
And he's over 1,000 yards on the season already.
You say you're worried about the Houston game, but Houston's been falling apart lately. I don't think they're quite as good to cover. They're not as deep as we are. You know what they are? They're that team in 2022 where the Lions almost made the playoffs. They did make the playoffs because they won their division, though. Do you agree with that assessment, Mondu?
Yeah,
To an extent, and then hear me out.
maybe. I can kind of see where you're coming from there. I
But they
think
don't
what's hurting them right now is injuries, though, like big time, because all their big
because
name guys.
they don't have the depth to cover up the loss of big name production. Is what I'm getting at.
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. Freaking what's his name? Tank Dell's putting up freaking yards. He's playing great ball right now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mixon is arguably
Balling up.
1B in running backs right now in the NFL.
So what I'm saying is the injuries in 2022 to start the season, because you remember we didn't get healthy till that late bye week. And
Mm-hmm.
then we did all the trade of Hawkinson and everything else. And then that's when the team played better because everybody got better at the same time as far as injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went on that 8-1 run to close out the season, correct?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is if you look this year, they looked like that 22 Lions team. Very top heavy in talent, but the depth isn't there to cover the production.
I'll give you
They're
that.
not as they're not as deep of a team. They are on the offense with the wide receivers and everything else,
Their
but
corners are light, though.
their corners are light. Their safety room is good, but if one guy goes out, it looks awful. And
If
we've
I'm
seen
not
those
mistaken, they're supposed to get Harris back, though, speaking linebacker, and they're supposed to have Collins back.
right. It Collins has been brought up to the practice squad, but he hasn't been activated yet. You know what? He's there
Uh-huh.
practicing in limited fashion, is what I'm getting at.
Like, if him and Harris play, it's going to be a good game. I'm going to say that.
Right.
Because Harris can, I don't know how the hell he does it. That dude is stupid fast, and he could run with Gibbs if Gibbs gets past that line.
Oh, I don't get me wrong. I know what they got on that roster.
I really
I'm
like
saying
Charles
they
Harris.
just, and I love Stroud too, but they've got injuries on the O line, which is why Stroud has struggled the last couple of weeks
Yep.
because he's under pressure now. And say what you want, if he's not getting the ball fast because he's under pressure and he's holding on to it
Mm-hmm.
with a team that's blitzing at a 47.6 percent blitz rate, he's going to struggle.
I do. I think you guys, where they're going to get you a little bit, is going to be in the run game up the middle because they run the shit out of the ball with Mixon right now. So if you're blitzing, that means you're leaving something open for him in the middle. You know what I mean? But
And
who
at the
knows, man?
same
I
time,
think it should be a competitive game at least.
yeah. Oh, I'm not saying we're going to blow them out. That's not what I'm saying. And nowhere, I don't want anybody to confuse it. This is a great team to match up with. And I'm doing the same type of predictions as I did last week for the Packers game. I expect it to be a 3 or 4 point win. If we win, if we lose, it's going to be a 3 or 4 point loss because
Like, it's not
each
going to be a
team,
blowout.
right. But I don't think either team
Mm-hmm.
puts up 30 points because both defenses are good enough to stop that amount of scoring. And both offenses can score that much, but will they with these bend don't break defenses? Because their defense is very similar to ours.
Yes. The only thing I'll say is their pass rush is better. That's it.
Right. But I'm not saying their pass rush
Mm-hmm.
isn't better, but our offensive trench is way better than their offensive trench when healthy.
Yeah. Where you'd have a lot of your freaking success rushing would be right on Kenny Green, their left guard. But I think he's going to be out because he hurt himself, didn't he?
Who hurt himself?
The left guard for the Texans, Kenyon
Yeah,
Green.
he went down last week, and that's when the sieve at between guard and center happened and started crushing C.J. Stroud.
I want to see how Decker holds up with Anderson and Hunter, though.
Yeah, whoever they line up out of the two.
Uh-huh.
A- And hey, I'm not gonna take anything off of it. Rashad Gary got past Sewell.
Yes,
Say
he
what
did.
you want. He schooled Sewell on that one. That was a veteran dip and swim move. And he got right on by for that sack on Goff. And kudos to Goff for not fumbling it
Absolutely.
because that was a lick. He took a shot right in the ribs.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you notice, you're not really going to beat Panay Sewell on a fucking bull rush very much. Because the guy's
Um,
strong as shit.
if you look the last 3 weeks, Decker has struggled. He's dealing with a minor chest injury that I think is he's playing through something and not letting on how bad it is.
And do I doubt Decker? 100% I doubt Decker.
He right now he's the weak spot on the O line. I'm not even trying to bullshit anybody.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the fact that he came from Ohio State or anything like that. I usually like Taylor Decker. I think he's getting old and he's been through a lot.
Sewell tripped as he was beat. I watched it. Rashad Gary beat him, and Big Dan Davis is exactly right. Jared Goff has been really good against the blitz this year. Should be an interesting matchup this Sunday. Yes, I agree. Their blitz rate is very similar to what Minnesota's was. Minnesota was leading the league in blitz rate, and they tried that against Goff, and we all warned them you didn't want to. Von Doom, you heard me tell them that.
I did, but I know exactly what Minnesota was doing wrong, though, when they were doing their blitzing. They weren't hitting your receivers at the line.
No, they were doing zone coverage, and Goff eats up zone coverage. We've talked about
Exactly.
this. We talked
Yep.
about this over and over again. And
If you're going to
Packers,
blitz, you need to be in man coverage. You need to put hands on people to hold things up. Give your guy a chance to get
um,
home.
it's a combination. What it is every play. Goff has about 5 plays. He he has about 5 plays at the line of scrimmage. You'll hear him kill a play, turn it, put a guy in motion, and not see the guys move, and then audible to play without motioning a guy again. I've heard him do that a very like what 10, 15 times over the last 4 weeks, Von Doom. We've heard that.
Oh, I'm not even going to fuck you front, but I don't pay that much attention to Jared Goff.
But I'm just saying I turn up the TV to hear the pre-snap stuff. And you'll hear him do the kill, 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 and then call out a play. And then they'll motion somebody. And if they stay in zone, he'll kill the play again and call his other one. Because they have certain plays for man coverages, certain play for zone coverages, certain passes, certain runs. And I have seen him many times audible out of a pass to a run because there's an outside blitz coming. And that is just great pre-snap recognition. Do you agree with that, Von Doom?
I do, but now we're talking about this right there. Guys changing the plays and shit like that and having a plethora of plays you could call at the line. You don't see that anymore because the NFL is so dumbed down to get these rookies and guys that aren't ready to play in there. Like Tom Brady said it right. The NFL isn't what it used to be. They just want these guys to play. They're not sitting there, they're not learning, and you dumb everything down. And I kind of hate that.
But at the same time, you know, the one thing that we do audible into a lot, and if you look every time we run one of those trick plays, that's an audible.
Mm-hmm.
And do they work? Oh, right now they're working 80% of the time. I think we've done it 10 times and been stopped twice. One was the screen pass to JMO versus the Vikings when he caught it and was just lit up. And that was due to somebody missing the block in front of him. Remember that,
Hey,
Von Doom? The
yep.
4-yard loss?
Here's another thing that I was talking to somebody about today because we're talking about my Giants. We were talking about the ball, and do we think we're going to get a new coach? And I think we're going to have to because he's kind of losing the locker room there. Granted, he didn't get to draft a quarterback, and that's usually what they use as a scapegoat, right? I mentioned to somebody, hey, we could always go get Ben Johnson from the Lions as a new head coach, right? And they're like, well, we don't need a hot commodity freaking coordinator. It doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. But anyway, back to the whole moral of my story here with coaching. Do you think Ben Johnson kind of kicks himself in the ass a little bit for not taking the Redskins job?
No, not at all.
Could you imagine what he would do if he had Jaden Daniels? I'm sorry. I've got me thinking about all sorts of shit
I
like
just,
that today, and I rabbit holed on it.
and then somebody that play did suck. We that was a double reverse, wasn't it? It really wasn't a lateral. It was a double reverse. We reversed on one, and then they reversed it the other way, and there was a Packer guy right there. They read it. You know why? Because they had film on it. We've done that how many times? It, it you know, every now and then going back to the same well in
Doesn't pay
consecutive
off.
games bites you in the ass.
Well, yeah, you guys do trick plays a goddamn lot compared to any other team in the league. But eventually, they're going to get onto this stuff because they see the formation, they see the movement. How about Bo Nix catching a touchdown?
You know what it looked like? Exact same
Shit.
opposite side of the field when I'm on route through the one to Goff.
Yeah,
It was
like I
almost
said,
the same type of thing. Bo Nix got open. He dropped it in on him, and he reached it out and made the touchdown. The difference was that guy actually almost had him covered.
mm-hmm. And for every Daniel Jones hater out there, go back and watch Sunday's game where he ran for the ball to the 1 yard line, and look what he did to those Washington defenders. Because he straight truck stick the one and stiff armed the shit out of the other one right to the turf. It was
But
great, and didn't
I
drop the ball.
I know what was going to happen, but they were ready for it. It was it was different because we used different personnel. But yeah, it did look like Khalif was going to throw it to Sewell. I understand.
They need to break out the annexation of Puerto Rico again.
The old Statue of Liberty play,
Huh?
right? Ben actually said that. He goes, he turned down the Washington Commanders, who had a contract for $14 million a year in their hands to give Ben Johnson, and
Yeah, I know.
he literally called them while in the air because those personal jets have a phone line, and said, "Yeah, I'm not coming. Just turn around. I'm
Yeah,
staying in
man.
Detroit."
Right now, well, I can kind of think though, he got to be kicking himself a little bit about that. Come on.
I don't think he is at all. He said, I am staying here to complete the mission, and the mission is the Lombardi.
I really would have liked to see him in freaking Washington, though, man. That'd just be
Yeah,
exciting to
I know
watch.
you would, but the
And
fact
I'm a
that
Giants fan. I don't want him in a division like that, but it'd be exciting to watch. I like weird shit.
put it this way, if we get to the Super Bowl and lose, I bet you Ben Johnson comes back again.
Hold on.
I'll put 10 up against your 20 on it, Von Doom, if we lose in the Super Bowl. Two to one odds for you. I think it should go back to what it was, the World Championship trophy.
Sorry, I had to check my parlay, and yeah, Trey Young. I hope your wife's getting banged by your mailman when you get home.
Lions are a selfless bunch, rare, 100%. And that's why AG stayed, much to the chagrin of all of us that hate AG as a defensive coordinator. But that's why he turned down jobs.
Come on, man. He turned down them jobs because nobody else but Dan Campbell was keeping his ass around for some of those dumb moves he made. He would have been fucking out in Vegas with Antonio Pierce getting fired with half the staff.
Probably.
Oh, did you
But
hear they fired Luke Getsy today?
yes, I did. And Dennis Allen was fired as the coach of the Saints, as
Uh-huh.
he should be, after losing their seventh straight.
I wonder if the Raiders owner's ready to start selling players yet.
Nope. He turned
Oh,
that. Mark Davis is there. There's players he will not sell.
I'm not even talking about Max Crosby. Max Crosby needs to die a Raider because he is the epitome of a Raider.
Oh, I agree. We
But
agreed on that right away, did we not?
we did. But Brock Bowers and Michael Myers. Oh, with that too. Did I not say Brock Bowers was going to be the best player in this damn draft?
You said he was going to be the best player outside of the QBs in the draft. Yes.
Yep.
And I said
And
he would be good too. Did I not?
You did. But I got
Did I
laughed at
not
when I
say
said, hey, this guy's going to be Laporta Jr.
right?
No.
No, and I agreed with you right away. I said I see him being the Sam Laporta of the tight ends in this draft class.
Exactly. They're wide receivers in a tight end body is what they are.
I saw Mark Davis at the airport. Couldn't believe he was flying JetBlue. That's funny.
Man, have you seen Mark Davis's girlfriend? He's flying Blue Chew. Get it right.
Yeah, he's flying Hims and Blue Chew just to make sure she stays happy.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Tell another lie that she didn't know you were a billionaire, you Three Stooges looking motherfucker.
I mean, he looks like he's got the haircut of Mo and the brain of Curly.
Yes.
You agree with that one?
Yes. And just more money than he knows what to do with. Lucky bastard.
Yes, because she's hot.
Yeah.
She's that type of hot that David Chappelle talks about, where you look ugly talking about her. God damn. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. Man, I need to stay off my Facebook. People making comments, and I can't. I gotta be semi-nice so I don't get my Facebook daily in 30 days.
Yeah, and he has money just like a certain other 72-year-old man banging a 24-year-old hottie.
What are we talking about now?
Bill Belichick.
Hey, hey, man, he never got married. He ain't do nothing wrong.
No, he ain't doing anything wrong. He never had kids. He might
His
soon.
pullout game was on point.
If he ain't shooting blanks, he might soon.
So I don't care what anybody will ever say. Bill Belichick's still one of my favorite coaches ever.
We already talked about that, Dan. It's probably either going to be a second, but I think it's going to be a third in 2026. That or a fourth and a seventh.
I
Bill
would take a 4
Belichick.
and a 7. Damn right. I would take a 4 and a 7 just because we have better luck with our late round picks than we do our freaking early picks.
You can't help it. Your GM doesn't pick early well, other than Malik Neighbors.
Well, what do we got? We got Neighbors this year. We got Tyler Newman, who's playing great too. Our third rounder was Theo Johnson. Yeah, fuck him.
I'm laughing at J.I.'s comment. You know, Lenny doesn't look like a Dan to me. Maybe a Kevin or a Todd. Maybe a Chris.
Man, fuck you. That was
You
the
know what?
that was the nicest thing I could say.
You know what? You know what I always said. He looks like in the wintertime. He looks like Pasty J Glazer.
I still got my tan right now.
Right. Right now, you just look like a darker Dan J Glazer.
With a big ass beard, yeah. I'm growing the winter beard in already. I said, fuck it. I misplaced the charger in my buzzer, and I was just like, nah, fuck it. Beard time. Let's go.
It's weird. In the summertime, Dan Leonard looks like he could be Middle Eastern. In the
Yes.
wintertime, he looks like he's Irish.
I'm not Middle Eastern. I'm Sicilian, and I am Irish. So yeah, I just get a good tan, or let me get a good tan and put me under a black light. And you know how like most people, you put them under a black light, they get that like white glow. I turn African under a black light.
Oh, know what? I figured it out. Remember how I said off camera, you sound like Adam Schefter?
Mm-hmm.
You're the illegitimate love child of Adam Schefter and Jay Glazer.
I guess their pullout game sucked too.
Hey, I appreciate my dad having no pull-out game, or otherwise I wouldn't be here. What's that? It's Pat.
Nah.
Nah.
You want to hear a funny story though?
What's that?
My name is Dan, right?
Yep.
I'm the oldest one of my mom's children. My little brother, Dale, is Dale Jr., who's my father, is Dale Sr. Because at that time, she couldn't think of another fucking name. So Dale Jr. And to this day, it still kind of fucking bugs me a little bit.
Oh, because Glazer, nice name. But Dan Campbell has received his ownership papers. We now own Lambeau Field. And I know how much you hate this. You say it hurts your eyes, but I do love this helmet.
It doesn't hurt my eyes. It hurts my brain. The flow of the freaking stripes don't make sense in my head.
Gotcha. I still love it.
I only know that because I painted a couple American flag helmets, and it kind of was like, yo, what the hell? This is like somebody just swirled it. That was so much easier.
That is so much easier than what you did.
Yes. You know how hard it is to put freaking shading into a freaking flag on a helmet that's rounded?
You were so bad they couldn't even give you your dad's name. Wow, they skipped over you.
Dude, right? It kind of hurts me on a deep personal level still. That's why his ass is in a
And
box on top of my freaking medicine cabinet over here, not in an urn or
and
in an ashtray yet.
and James Burgess, I 100% agree. The cheese grater hats need to be sold everywhere now because that was the best hat I saw in that during that game with the Lions fan wearing the cheese grater hat. Who I just followed on X. I'm hoping he follows me back for Twitter because I'm going to try to get him on the Lions fan cave chat on a Friday.
James Burgess. No, it doesn't. The Evil Knievel helmet had the red and white stripes completely straight on them. Yeah, in a box. And when I finally get around to it, I'm putting him into an ashtray of resin.
Who's that?
My dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have one of those core memories. The first time he ever caught us smoking, we were like 16 years old, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk as hell, sitting at the kitchen table. He was at work. I didn't know they were coming home. Me and my buddies there, and I have a soda can. I put my ashes in so I can get rid of it, right? So they don't know. Comes in, first thing he does, we're like, oh fuck. He just goes, "Where's your fucking ashtray?" And it's one of those things that'll always be a memory of that. So I'm gonna put his ass in an ashtray.
So I'm going to ask now: are you looking for a full size Lions helmet or a mini? My dad said he wanted to be cremated and dumped in the driveway.
My mom was cremated and dumped in the backyard because she wanted to be around where the kids played.
Aw, that's kind of
And then we moved.
simple and sweet. Oh, that sucks.
I know. Sometimes I kind of want to just like sneak back up, just go in there and take some dirt out of the backyard and just say, "Hey, just maybe."
Oh my God. The views and opinions of JBJ Jr. does not reflect that of kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions, nor I smoking Jeremy P. Dad shot should Pistons
Shout out
Brad Holmes
Pistons.
trade for shout out Pistons should Brad Holmes trade for Cade Cunningham. Oh, you want the flash one like I have the Barry, but you want that in a full size? Do you think you can find one of those, Mondu?
Hold my beer.
I thought so. Just when you figure it out, message me the price.
Real quick, do you want authentic or replica? Because there's a huge price difference in those.
All right, Lions PFF grades. Let's go for it. The top offensive players was Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and Kevin Zietler. The bottom offensive players was Brock Wright, Khalif Raymond, and Jameer Gibbs. How was Gibbs the bottom player? The top defensive players, Kirby Joseph, Jack Campbell, Carlton Davis. The bottom defensive players, hey, I was thinking 199, and he goes, I'm way off. But the bottom defensive players this week was Al-Qadim Muhammad, Pat O'Connor for a second week in a row, and for the fifth time he's played, James Houston.
Now, Ji, $199 is not ridiculous. No, that's probably pretty spot on for a replica. Like if you want the full size flex authentic that they wear in the field, it's just $700, and that's like my wholesale cost. That's not even an upcharge on it.
So Mike Florio, the guy that follows the Browns, is the one that said Zadarius Smith would be traded for either yesterday or today. Neither happened. Doesn't mean that Mike Florio's report was wrong. Who said a trade was happening? It's still concerning to hear it'll be done tomorrow, and it's not. But we waived linebacker Abraham Beauplan and defensive tackle Chris Smith. Yeah, for an authentic one, it's $700, right?
Yes,
How much are the replicas? $250.
a replica is $189 is what the wholesale cost on it is right now. I just looked that up.
Yeah, so to cover taxes, shipping, and to make something, it's $250 for basically.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Like
still, yeah, but at the same time, and the NFL has officially reinstated Jamison Williams today.
I refuse to talk about him anymore this year at all. Unless he like puts up a 300-yard game, he's dead to me. It's not worth getting in fights with people about. Oh my fucking ears. But yeah, the price on full size authentics are crazy.
And he says $250. Okay, let me think on it. Is that a shipped price or is that just for the price of the helmet for the replica?
I get free shipping from them, so yeah, I can be shipped.
Okay.
I've only spent probably like $20,000 with these guys, so the least they can do is give me free shipping now. No, Jameis Williams isn't a roster move.
But here we are. We've been alive for over an hour. Is the Jamison Williams reinstatement a roster move? Yeah, that's why they like to keep the roster at 52, and they had 53. So by cutting the two guys, waiving them, that gets us back to 51. Jamison Williams is the 52nd man on the roster, which leaves room for a trade or to activate somebody or sign somebody. Oh, on Donkey Kong, you're 100%. We got to get a defensive end. We all know that. It's looking like that Zadarius Smith trade might be falling through,
Mm-hmm.
but I think there is some smoke around the Aziz Ojolari trade. A guy
I
that
hope
I've
so.
been talking about for how long now, Leonard?
Since I told you you need them.
Right.
Mhm.
But I was talking about before he ever stepped on the field with you about it.
Yeah, that's true. Ji, and yes, at least 20,000. Back during when COVID and all that shit was going on, I was probably moving 5,000 worth of helmets a week.
Oh yeah. That's how I got a lot of those signed ones I got. Let's see, how many signed ones do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of those are from Leonard.
Mhm.
Darius Leonard camo, the Tua, the iced out Cam Akers, James Robinson the third, and the J Jetta drip.
So I'm gonna make you send it to me just so I can take that piece off the back and you can see the goddamn COA on it because it's fucking there, and I just know how to do it.
Well, the paint is actually stuck to the tape now of the
I
sticker.
know, but I know how to take it off.
Okay. He goes,
You,
"Dang, you guys roll." But at the
used
same
to,
time,
man.
you can ask Leonard. I was winning on mostly winning the minis and then actually winning the drawing, wasn't I?
Yeah, you was spending like nothing and just getting shit lucky on the randoms.
And I'm sorry, I love Peyton Manning, but I love Barry Sanders more.
That pita was worth so much more though.
I know it was.
You could have bought two berries for the price of the Sanders. I mean the Sanders.
Yeah, you wouldn't give me anything else with it. I tried.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I know. You go, no, I got to be able to clear something. I said, I know how much the Manning's worth.
Hey man, capitalism.
I know, but I wanted the berry.
I know.
But it was a Manning flash for a Barry flash. So to me, it was kind of a chrome flash, excuse me, on the Manning, right?
Yeah. Did you get the Barry Sanders trip or no?
No,
Who the fuck got that?
wasn't that Quinn?
It might have been. It probably was Quinn.
Yeah, that's a Barry Sanders signature right there, buddy. So I got the two best 20s that's ever played on the team. The only one I don't have is Lem Barney. He's still alive, but it's hard to catch a signing by him.
Oh, I got like 3 helmets left to my name right now. My Victor Cruz, my Eli Manning, and a YA Tittle.
But I got my full size signed by Eric Hipple with a lot of room for more signatures. So I am going to go to training camp and get more every year. That's my plan. Training camp is free. It doesn't cost you a dime.
Auctioning which one off?
I'm talking about auctioning off the Charles Harris one, but it's getting that time of night. Bottom or top, Leonard?
Yeah, you can start at the top to get it out of the way.
Eric Hipple is who I got.
Yes, YA Tittle.
Oh, you got a YA title?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. At 7-1, the number one team in the NFC and still kings of the North, it is the Detroit Lions. In second place, because they skull fucked the Colts. At 6-2, it is the Vikings. In third place, at 6-3 with the week off next week, it's FTP. Fuck the Packers. Say it, Von Doom.
Fuck the Packers.
Hey, you do it so much better. And last but not least, it's fuck the Bears.
How the hell you haven't been canceled for doing that yet?
He goes top down. Oh yes. I want to thank everybody for being in the chat tonight. This was a show just for the Lions fans tonight. Normally I'd open it up to the other channels, but you know what? I said, fuck it. It's for us.
You don't want to hear their fucking shit. The Barry Sanders one.
But
Dude,
last
you
but
know
not
he
least,
raised his signing prices, that bastard?
yeah, I know. It is time to give homage to my sponsor, the one that paid me for the spot. Brandon Service, right at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road. In Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. $45 and up for used tires, depending on size and condition. Call to get your quote for new tires. Talk to George, Red, or myself, 810-233-8230. We will get you your new tires within 1 to 2 business days. So make sure you call if you want to order them. If you want them by a Friday, call by Wednesday. Mention this ad, get $10 off a set of tires. Tell them you know Smoking Jeremy B, and you'll at least get a couple dollars off a single tire now. We are opening up, so no matter what. But good night to everybody in the chat. And as always, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. Because that's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. And I'm trying not to laugh at that. Yeah. J.I., do you want to know what's funny? Is there was a guy from the local TV station there when Obama was at Bishop. And he took a drink of that water looking all sketchy and going like this as he put the thing to his face to drink it after the water was supposedly fixed. And as soon as they went off the press conference, he goes, "Sir, it was bottled water." They probably should have told him they were going to do that before they gave it to him.
No, make him look like a clown. It's funny.
It was funny as hell. I laughed so hard.
But anyway, I don't care who any of y'all go vote for. Just take your asses out tomorrow and do it. It's important,
Right.
and it's important.
Vote from your heart. Make your decision yourself.
No,
That
use
is
your
where
brain. Use your brain.
well, and at the same time, good evening and good night. Peace, love, and